Welcome back, guys. We are on day 37 of our first 40, where we've been fasting for the first 40 days of 2019 from January 1st to February 9. We just got a few more days left, and I just want to thank you for joining us again on this daily devotional. Now, today for our devotional, I want to just take you to the book of Isaiah, Isaiah chapter 6, and it's a familiar passage, I'm sure, to many of you all, but I really just was thinking about it today and saying, you know, we've been doing this fast for 37 days. We've been going strong. We've been denying ourselves, whether it's food or social media or sweets or some type of entertainment that we may be normally engaging in, for the sole purpose of drawing close to God, for the sole purpose of hearing God's voice. And I was thinking about it, and I said, you know, when it's all said and done, I really want to make sure that there's a difference, a marked difference in our life after this fast than before this fast. And what really will be that difference? Will it just be the amount of time that we spend in prayer? That's wonderful and that's great. I hope that'll be a part of it. I hope that when we conclude this fast that you will still spend the same amount of time after the fast in prayer that you were before, if not more. I'm hoping that you will definitely have a clear sense of God's voice in your life and that you'll be able to hear from God more clearly. Like, all of those things are wonderful. But as I was thinking about it, I said, you know, at the end of the day, I think the reason why we're fasting is not just to increase our prayer life. It's not just so that we can hear God's voice, but both of those things really lead us to the big thing, which I want to share with you in Isaiah chapter 6. So Isaiah, he's a prophet and he's called before God. He's in vision. And verse 1 says, in the year of the king Uzziah died, I saw the Lord sitting on the throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple. So Isaiah's kind of in vision and dream. He's seeing the Lord high and lifted up. He sees himself standing before the Lord. It says the whole earth is filled with the glory of the Lord. He sees himself standing there. He's like, woe is me, for I am undone. I'm a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of an unclean people, for my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. So Isaiah sees this picture of, he's in the presence of God, and he sees himself as just totally undone, unrighteous, undeserving, and living amongst people who are undeserving. And all of a sudden, an angel comes to him and basically touches him with a coal from the altar of God and cleanses him. And the angel says, I've taken away your iniquity, I've purged you, I've cleansed you. And then he says, verse 8, this is key. He says, I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? And then he said, verse 8, then Isaiah said, here am I, send me. You know, as I was thinking about why we're doing this fast, this verse came to mind, that when it's all said and done, yes, we want to spend more time in prayer with God. Yes, we want to be able to hear God's voice more clearly. But both of those things are so that we will be responsive to the voice of God. It's not just, I want to hear God, I want to hear God, I want to hear God, and then I want to go keep living my life the way I was living it. No, it's so that when God speaks to me, I will say, Lord, here am I, send me. I'm the one. I will go. I will stand up. I will speak. I will minister. I will lead. I will be an example. I will pastor. I will sacrifice. I will do the things, God, that you are calling me to do in my family, in my community, to my coworkers, to my classmates. That's why we're fasting. So our faith will get increased. We'll hear the voice of God more clearly, and then we will be able to say, God, here am I, send me. Listen, I don't know where you are, who you are, what's going on in your life, but I do know that God has a very special mission he wants to send you on. And all he's waiting for is for you to say, here I am, Lord, I will go. That mission may be across the world, it may be across the country, it may be across the street, and God is waiting for you to respond. So I pray that as you've been fasting and drawing closer to God, that you are hearing the voice of God more clearly speak to you, and that not just are you hearing the voice of God, but that you are responding with faith to what God is calling you to do. Listen, I'm praying for you, and I pray that you have a wonderful day. Peace.